I think Marvel's going to have a little bit of a hard time with this movie. Comes out November 10th, by the way. And I really am curious to how this movie will perform at the box office. I'm predicting trouble for this movie for a lot of reasons, and I want to go over some of them for today's video. Now, one of the reasons that I'm talking about this is because yesterday they dropped a new trailer. A new trailer, 2 minutes and 19 seconds. All new stuff. Once again, we've got a villain that's lost everything. Lost everything thanks to Captain Marvel. Hasn't like every Marvel villain lost everything at this point? They just lose everything. It's real powerful when it's the same shit over and over again. So already I can tell you that this movie has another generic villain. Probably not going to get a really fleshed out background. Just there to destroy things and be evil. A problem with a lot of Marvel movies, by the way. This is a recurring thing for them. The villains never get very much shine. A good villain can make or break a movie. Like, if you have a good villain, usually the movie's better. But not this time. By the way, this character in the movie, gender swapped. Because everybody's got to be a woman in Captain Marvel. Why wouldn't you make the villain a guy? This is like your one time you can have the patriarchy get smashed. But whatever. This trailer came out, 13 hours ago. So it's actually getting better reception than the last one. I think this trailer is actually better than the last trailer. But they don't fool me. This isn't going to be a good movie. The CGI still looks pretty damn cheap, particularly this scene right here. Let's play this where she's flying. Doesn't that look bad? Is that just me? But this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't pay your visual effects artists. And all the talented ones are so unwilling to work for you. Because they're like, I'd rather just not work than work for Disney. Because they work them like it's a sweatshop. So nobody wants to work for Disney anymore. And this is because of Victoria Alonso. She put them in this position. But yeah, I don't think this movie is going to do good. And I can show you a couple of reasons why. For one, the superhero genre is going through a little bit of a crisis right now. Blue Beetle. This movie comes out like this month, I think. And the predictions for this movie are god-awful. Box Office Pro predicts the film will only bring in between $12 million and $17 million in its opening domestic weekend. The outlet further notes the film will only gross between $27 million and $55 million in its entire theatrical run. That's embarrassing. This will be worse than The Flash. And, it's not just DC movies, because Ant-Man crashed and burned as well. The only exception is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That movie's breaking even. Why? I think honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of transcends the superhero genre. I think it touches more into sci-fi as well. You have fans of that franchise that aren't like general comic book moviegoers, to be honest. And I think that James Gunn has a lot of goodwill with that franchise too, because every one of them has been pretty good, at least in my opinion. I like all of his superhero stuff. I'm actually looking forward to what he'll do with the DC movies. I think he'll do a better job than Zack Snyder, but maybe that's just me. I don't really want to argue with the Snyderverse. You guys are relentless. This is all in my opinion with him. But here we have Blue Beetle destined for failure. Already dead. $12 million, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. And then you have the Marvel television shows. They got to put Miss Marvel on ABC so people watch it, because that is the worst performing MCU show that they have ever created. And I actually think that actress that plays her in this trailer, she's actually pretty good. She definitely has the best acting ability out of all three of the leads for this movie. She's got more charisma than all of them. I hear she's actually good in that show, too. This is probably the most likable Kamala Khan will ever be. But no one knows who she is. And it's not just her that's not doing well. Secret Invasion, a show starring one of the leads for the Marvels. No one's watching that shit either. This is the second worst performing Marvel property, MCU property that's been put out. Nobody's watching this either. Marvel brings first 3 episodes of Disney Plus Secret Invasion to Hulu. Which is strange because a lot of people that have Hulu already have Disney Plus because it's a bundle package. You can get a package where you get all of them. Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN. It would be better served to put it on ABC. That's what they should do. But they're not going to do that. Haven't watched this show. I hear it's really bad. I hear it's awful, actually. Let me know in the comments if you've actually watched this dog shit and what you think about it. I guess the plot of the story is he screwed up and took Avengers DNA and got into the hands of the Skrulls. And that's how we have Super Skrulls. I don't know if that's true or not. Why would he do that? And isn't this in the show? He says the world needs less superheroes, or we don't need them all the time. Well, why are you carrying a Captain Marvel pager and building the team of superheroes? Whatever. This show is a disaster, like all the other Disney Plus shit. They've ruined themselves by putting out all this garbage. Now nobody wants to go see that movie, but it's more than just a Marvel thing because it's obviously affecting DC. I think it's the genre itself. If this movie drops to $12 million, that's pathetic. At that point, they should just put it on HBO Max or Max. I forgot they just call it Max now. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? What did you think of this new trailer? Did you like it? What are your thoughts on it? I'd like to hear from you on that. Are you excited for the Marvels now? Let me know in the comments below how you feel about it. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.